Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be using Scrapbook.com's brand new House Treat Box dies. Scrapbook.com just released their new House Treat Box dies. There's the original set that has the actual die for creating the box and 3 add-on sets for different accessories to decorate your boxes. If you enjoy making treat boxes, you will love this set. It's super easy to create the box. The original set has the door, several different windows, the scallop piece for the roof. There's the window box and also a tag so you can add a sentiment or message. Then there are the 3 add-on sets. The first one is Fall Treat Box add-ons. Lots of fun accessories. There's pumpkin, squash, a little wreath for the door, 2 different lanterns, another style tag. Then we have Gingerbread Treat Box. This set is perfect for making some cute Christmas treat boxes. Lots of fun accessories. There's gumdrops, candies, little icing decorations, a new door frame, and another tag. And the last add-on set is called Valentine. I know it's only December, but it's never too early to get a start on some Valentine boxes. There's lots of fun accessories included in this set, plus a new tag with the sentiment "Be Mine." If you are interested in any of the new House Treat Box die sets, I do have links in the description box below. And remember, you do need the original House Treat Box die to work with the add-on sets. In my video today, I'll be sharing 4 different treat boxes, and I've already gone ahead and die cut out all of the pieces. For the main box, you do need to cut out 2 of that base piece. And I have all of the box pieces in the large stack and sort tray from Scrapbook.com. And here's a look at all of the accessories for the 4 different treat boxes I'll be making. And I have those pieces in the smaller stack and sort tray. In my video today, I'll show how to assemble the treat box, and I'll accessorize one of them. Then I'll show the other 3 treat boxes all assembled. You can see I did just a little bit of die cutting for my treat boxes. The largest size die on the House Treat Box die set does fit in a standard die cutting machine. It won't fit in the smaller machines like a Platinum Scout, but it does work with the standard machine. I use Spellbinder's Platinum 6 machine for my pieces. For my first box, I'm using pattern paper for the actual box, and this is from Scrapbook.com's Charming Collection. Selected this lovely blue tone-on-tone design. As I mentioned earlier, you will need to cut out 2 of the main box pieces in order to create the box. When cutting out the piece, the die will add some score lines, and those really help with assembling the box. So at the very top, this is where the handle is. You'll fold that piece down. The outside of my box will be this blue pattern paper. The inside will have this lovely floral design. For the 3 flaps, the short one on the side, the 2 on the bottom, you'll fold them in. And I'm using a bone folder to get a flatter crease. So the first thing I'll do is fold all of those creased areas. And I'll do it on both of the box die cut pieces. I'll fold the last 2 bottom flaps, and I'll also crease the side. So there are the 2 treat box pieces with all of the sides folded. To assemble the box, I find it easiest to attach the 2 short side pieces first. I'm adding a piece of double-sided adhesive tape. This is the 1/4 inch size. I'll put a piece on each of the treat box sizes, and on 2 of the bottom pieces I'll add the 3/4 inch double-sided adhesive tape. I'll add the tape pieces on the side of the box with the little arch at the top. And it doesn't need to cover the entire bottom area. I just need enough so the bottom pieces will stay attached. Now I'll remove the release paper on one of the shorter size pieces. And the clear double-sided adhesive tape is very sticky, but whenever I make treat boxes, I like to add a little extra adhesive. So I'll also use some of Scrapbook.com's Artis glue. I'd rather use a little extra adhesive versus not enough. Don't want that treat box falling apart after I spend all that time assembling it. I'll flip over both of the pieces, and I'm lining up that short tab on the end of the other piece. Before pressing it too firmly, I'll make sure it's lined up at the very bottom and on the side. Then I'll press down on that flap. So now we have the two pieces connected, everything needed to form the base of the box. I'll remove the rest of the release paper from the clear double-sided adhesive tape. There's the one strip on the short side and the two bigger pieces at the very bottom. And I didn't realize when I was using the wider tape that there was a torn piece layer underneath. So I had an extra layer of the release paper that I needed to remove. I'll grab the Artis glue again, put just a little bit on each of those tabs. For now, I'll just add Artis glue on the bottom two tabs. I'll add a little bit on the side tab here in a moment. Now I'll flip over the box. And when I start folding the sides of the box in, the two flaps that have adhesive will go on the inside. So I'm not pressing anything together yet. I'll add some Artis glue on that final side strip. And then slowly start folding all of those areas together. Other than making sure the two bottom flaps with the adhesive go on the inside of the box, I'm really not focusing on those yet. I'm focusing more on that narrow side strip. So I'll line up that piece. And on the inside of the box, I have a finger pressing against that edge. The nice thing about using the clear double-sided adhesive tape, it'll hold everything right away, but by also having the Artis glue, it'll ensure that nothing comes apart. After the side piece is all attached, I folded in the very bottom flaps. It's a little harder to press down on the bottom of the box with my finger, so I did use the bottom of my glue bottle. I'll lay the box on the side, just give a little more pressure on those two longer pieces. So there is the box all assembled, very easy to do. And here's how you close it. You'll just hold the two handle pieces together, line them up. Then the tabs on the end will go through the notches on the side. That's it, there's the treat box. So if you want, you could keep it very simple, leave it as is. Or you could use some of the fun dies that are included on this set and decorate your box. And that's what I'm going to do. I'll grab the stack and sort tray that has all of the die cut pieces for this first house treat box. Trying to decide if it'll be easier to attach the roof with the box closed or open. I'll try it closed first. I used some of the yellow tone-on-tone pattern paper from the Charming collection for the 10 scallop roof pieces. I'll be adding 5 on each side. I'm using Scrapbook.com's Artis glue. Put it on the back of this first scallop piece. And I'm attaching it at the very top of the roof, right below that crease line of the handle. I did decide to open the box, that way I can put my hand on the back side and press that piece in place. Now I'll grab the next piece, put glue on the back, and here's where I realize I'm doing it in the wrong order. In order to have that lovely scallop roof design, you need to start at the bottom and not at the top. Luckily, the glue hadn't dried completely and I was able to remove it. I'll put more Artis glue on the back of this first piece, add it at the bottom of the roof. Now I'll grab the next scallop roof piece and adhere it on top. And I'm placing it just high enough that those scallop peaks don't show any of the blue pattern paper underneath. I'll continue adding another scallop roof piece until I get to the very top, just at that crease of the handle. And I'm only adding glue behind the top area. I'm not putting it on the scallop. That way the little scallop rounds will lift up slightly. I have one final scallop roof piece to attach on this side. Now I'll flip over the treat box and start working on the second side of the roof. Doing the same thing, adding 5 of the scallop roof pieces. You could also use this piece as a little border on a card or project. And I won't make the same mistake. This time I'll start by adding that roof border piece at the bottom and then working my way toward the top. For this first house treat box, I'm using pattern paper for all of the different pieces except for the tag. But you could use cardstock. I think the roof or some of the different elements would also look pretty using specialty cardstock. The pattern paper I'm using for this treat box has sort of a lattice design on it. I think it gives the roof a texture look. I have one final roof piece to attach. So there are all 10 of the scallop roof pieces. I'll close the box again. Now it's time to work on the front of the house, and you can use either that tall side with the little slots or the shorter side with the scallop roof. I don't think it really makes a difference. I'll have the front of the house one of the taller sides. For the frame of the door and the step, I use some dark blue solid pattern paper, and this is also from the Charming collection. For the door and also the window boxes, I'm using some wood grain pattern paper from Echo Park. On the front of the house, I'll add a circle window above the door. It looks like white cardstock, but I did use some of the pattern paper. It's white and has very light blue flowers and foliage on them. And I use that same pattern paper for all of the windows. On the sides of the house, I'm adding 2 of the rectangle windows. I'm trying to get them evenly spaced. After I put glue on the back, I'll put my hand on the inside. Sometimes I'll flip over the box, press down on the die cut pieces. When using Artis glue, there's a little bit of wiggle time. You can get everything adjusted, but once the glue dries, those pieces aren't going anywhere. Now I'll attach the window boxes, and I did show a quick look at the pattern paper where I got the wood grain design. This is Echo Park's Wood Grains Warm Collection. They also have a Wood Grains Cool collection. I decided to pop up the window boxes. I'm using Scrapbook.com's 1/8 foam strips in the 1mm thickness. So it'll add just that little extra dimension. This little house will have 6 windows. One's round, so I'm not using a window box for that one, but I will add a window box at the bottom of the other 5 windows. Put a piece of foam on the back of each of them. Then I'll remove the release paper, add the first 2 window boxes on the one side of the house. Now I'll flip over the box, add the 2 windows on the opposite side, using more of the rectangle shaped windows. The house treat box die set includes 3 different shapes of windows. So it has the rectangle, the round, and there's also the arched window. I think it's fun to have a variety of different shapes. After adhering the 2 rectangle windows on the opposite side, now I'll add the window boxes. The final window, the arched window, will go on the back of the house. Put Artis glue on the back and adhere it in place. Then I'll add that final window box underneath. So using the dies in just the original house treat box die set, you can create this adorable little house. And there's lots of room inside the box. You could fill that with all kinds of candies and treats. You could add little bottles of lotion, house decor. If you have a crafty friend, you could put bling or embossing powder inside, maybe some ribbons. Lots of different possibilities. I decided to add a little more detail to the box. I pulled out another die set from Scrapbook.com. This is their flower cart set. And this set includes some small flower pieces, perfect size to put inside the window boxes. I've already gone ahead and assembled them, and I use more of the Charming pattern paper. I use the green solid, the orange solid, and the light blue color is from one of the floral pattern papers. It's the same one I use for the main body of the box. The inside has that lovely floral design. When I cut out those flower pieces, I made sure to put the die in the center where it was just on that solid light blue. I am putting foam dimension behind just the flower area. I used the small foam squares, but I did need to cut them in half to fit behind the flowers. At the bottom of the stem, I'll add a little bit of Artis glue. Now I'll put 2 of the flower arrangements inside each of the window boxes. The light blue will go in the center and the orange will go on the outside. The add-on sets give more options for accessorizing your boxes, but I know if you just look around your craft room at die sets, stamp sets that you already own, the possibilities are endless for decorating the house treat boxes. It's a long way off until Halloween, but I think this would be a really fun set. Decorate the boxes to look like little haunted houses. Fill the boxes with treats and you could give them to friends, family. You could even give them out to trick-or-treaters. I think the younger kids would really enjoy a little spooky treat box. I have just one more flower bunch to add inside the window box. Instead of adding flowers on the front where the door is, I decided I would add a couple of bushes. And the bush die is from Scrapbook.com's Pumpkin House die set. I cut out 2 of them from some of the green solid pattern paper. And the bushes are a little bit too big, so I'll simply trim off the overhang on the right and left side. I'll put some foam dimension on the back using more of the small foam squares. I'll remove the release paper and attach both of the bushes. And I think the bushes add a fun detail for the front of the house. You may not see it on the video, but the die I use for the bushes, when you cut it out, it adds a fun embossed detail. To attach the tag, I'm using a piece of twine from my stash. I'll thread it through the hole in the tag and then tie it at the top handle of the house. For now, I'm keeping the tag blank, but this is where I could add a name or you could stamp a small sentiment on the tag. After tying the bow, I'll use a pair of scissors and trim off the extra twine. For a final finishing touch, I'm adding a handle on the door. I'm using some gold metallic pearls from Pink Fresh Studio, and I have them stored in Scrapbook.com's large embellishment jars. I'll use one of the smaller pearls. First, add a drop of Artis glue. Then I'll pick up the pearl using the wax tip end of Scrapbook.com's Craft Pro Pick tool. I was trying to be all nice and neat and pour just a small amount of the pearls in the lid of the jar, but instead I spilled several of them all over my craft table. So there is my first house treat box all assembled. I love how this turned out. Super cute. I have 3 other house treat boxes, but I've already assembled them. For my second box, I used the Fall Treat Box add-on die set. For most of this box, I used cardstock from Concord & Ninth. The roof, I did use pattern paper from Scrapbook.com's Harvest collection. I love how this box came together. The pumpkin and squash images are adorable, and the tiny lamps by the front door are so cute. For the candles inside the lamps and the piece behind the round window, I used some of Scrapbook.com's glossy cardstock. My third box is perfect for Christmas time. For this one, I used the Gingerbread add-on set. Most of the pieces I use glossy cardstock from Scrapbook.com, so there's lots and lots of shiny detail on this box. I use both the pastel and the rainbow glossy cardstock packs. I use craft cardstock for the main house box, and for the roof and the tag, I use Scrapbook.com pattern paper. The candies in this set are super cute. I love the little embossed dots on the top of the gumdrops. So fun. I went with non-traditional Christmas colors for my gingerbread house, but I think it would look super cute in red, white, and green as well. And here's a look at my final house treat box. For this box, I used the Valentine add-on set. The pattern paper is from scrapbook.com's Berry Sweet collection. Thought that would be perfect for a Valentine box. I love the look of the pink and white gingham for the main house. On the back of the house, I added a bunch of tiny hearts, and these were left over after adding the heart shutters. I didn't want to waste them. Thought it would be fun to just glue them randomly on the back of the box. And inside each of the heart cutouts on the shutters, I put a small piece of bling. And I also put some bling in the center of the round window. Now here's another look at the 4 house treat boxes I made using scrapbook.com's brand new house treat box die sets. I used the original set along with the 3 add-on sets. There's a fall add-on, gingerbread add-on, and also a Valentine add-on. The boxes are easy to assemble and so much fun to decorate. Scrapbook.com never disappoints with their fun dies, stamps, stencils, all of their amazing products. If you are interested in purchasing the house treat box dies or any of the products I used in this video, I do have links in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.